Yes.
With the usual customary prayers. He explained the polling and allowed participants to introduce themselves. He then proceeded to display all the bits that were tendered, so they were all still sealed. Okay,
that is not the meeting. The minutes of the meeting probably post
yes,
the meeting. You go back to the file of the file. You will see the minutes initiating the application for the use of a particular method. They should be. Do you see it? If you don't see it, I can to look at the minutes.
Can you help?
Do you see it?
No, Council.
Now, while we are looking for the contracts committee meeting, now tell me, what is the requirement for the approval of the URT? When consider approving such a request?
Council, basically, there are for the use or for the adoption of any procurement method. In this particular is restricted tender. As per the law, there are conditions for the use of restricted tender, and normally, if any of these conditions is met, the authority considers giving approval.
So now, but then the most preferred method, upon tender.
Yes, Council.
And so you only use the other methods, especially RT method, when probably the goods to be supplied are really, they only exist with few probably customers or suppliers in the market. One of the instances.
Yes, one of the conditions is they exist within a limited number of suppliers known to you, yes.
That are known to the procuring organization.
Exactly, Council.
Now, the minutes of the contracts committee, which I just turned for your attempt. Do you see it?
Yes, Council.
Yes. What is the date on that minute?
5th September 20.
Yes. Please tell us the introduction of that.
The minutes, we have the Mustafa Bachili, Mohammed, the Acting Director of Finance, and Kadim Toure, the Director of Planning and Development, Omar Toure, Deputy Mayor, and Pa Babu Cham. We have the agenda, inauguration of a new contracts committee.
Please use the microphone and speak louder.
Okay, Council. The agenda of the new contracts committee, then putting mayor's vehicle, opening prayers. The chief executive, in his opening remarks, welcomed members and thanked them. He congratulated the councillors for being as members of the contracts committee. That's one point. He informed the committee that the purpose of the meeting was to introduce the committee to each other and to inform us all.
Yes.
Of the high importance that the committee has in the overall of the council. Next point, he further informed the committee that the present mayor vehicle, though it has served the council, but it's now time for a replacement because the vehicle was purchased in early 2011. Still in good condition because of regular service always done. The deputy mayor raised a concern that if GPPA would allow to purchase a new vehicle for the Lord Mayor without agreeing to the present vehicle.
Now, just before you proceed, now we see the reason as to why they want to purchase a new. Is that not the case?
Yes, according to the letter.
The reason is because the vehicle was purchased in 2011. Is that not correct?
That's right.
And that will probably be in 2018. 2018?
Yes.
Yes. Do they did they indicate anything regarding this, whether it is in a bad condition or good condition to warrant the purchase of a new vehicle?
Yeah, I haven't finished the minutes yet, but so far I have not seen that.
No, but what have you seen?
I have not finished reading the minutes, I mean.
No, we will proceed on that. The paragraph,
yes.
What did it tell us about the state of the vehicle?
You know, they said the vehicle is in a good condition due to regular maintenance.
Regular maintenance.
Yes.
But we have announced earlier when they said the vehicle is in fact in a bad condition. Is that not the case? The letter addressed to all the supply.
Okay.
We had read that. Did you not read that letter where the reason being is that the vehicle was in a bad condition?
I have not read that.
We had read the letter dated the 4th of October 2018.
Okay.
Did you forget?
Yeah, just confirm reading the letter.
Yes, wherein it was in that the vehicle was in a bad condition. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, Council.
Sayang? Yes. Yes, but now the letter addressed to the A is informing you that the vehicle is in a good condition.
Yes, Council.
Now, in the absence of having the application, in the application for the use of a particular method, stating the grounds as to why they want to procure. By the way, the vehicle amount is probably 3.5 million or 4 million. Can you tell us? Yes. So, that is it. Now, where formed, you told us that the contracts committee meetings would probably be the most important working document for you to either approve or disapprove a particular application. Is that not correct?
Yes. One of the most critical things we consider.
So going by that indication, would that be a sufficient ground to approve or disapprove? Going by what?
Sorry, before he answers that question.
Yes.
Mr. Tamura, I just want to know whether the letter dated the 4th of October.
Yes.
From that letter, we can see that the Director General of GPPA was. So by the time it is the 9th, it is the 5th of GPPA had a copy of the letter 4th of October. So when you were taking your decision to approve, do you take into consideration the content of the letter dated the 4th of October? Yeah. This is in pursuant to what council is with respect to the information that you receive. Yes. Which inform your decision to approve.
Yes. Normally we consider the dates. We normally
no, this is not about the dates, but it's about the content of the letters that were conveyed to.
Yes.
Yes. On the 4th, they conveyed to you the reason why they want higher put and the reason why they want to have written to, because this you were copied.
Yes.
And the different buyers were the people that were written to on the 4th.
Yes.
Yes, and in that letter they gave conditions. They gave the condition
Yes.
why they wanted to procure a new vehicle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then on the 5th of September, the contracts committee met. So my question is, were you able, when you were giving the decision approval, were you able to look at the content of the letter dated the 4th and information given on the contracts committee minutes?
Yes, Chair. As a matter of practice, this is routine. That's what we, when we are considering or taking a decision, that's what we do. That's the just simple rule.
Okay.
That's what we do. But the fact that a few years ago, maybe vividly, recalling maybe an issue, but that's a general note that we do, sincerely speaking. Ma.
So, do you, looking at the documentation now, would you be in a position to do this?
Okay, here, because we have to understand.
No, Mr. Tamoradi, you just answer yes or no. If it is yes, why yes? If it is no, why no? To any answer, there are maybe to any situation sides of the coin. So I said, given now, looking at the correspondences, you have given approval because in this transaction you granted approval, right? Yes. So now I'm saying, given the situation now, contracts committee meeting and the letter dated the 4th of October, would you have granted?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Tell us why.
My understanding here is, the request here was for the method.
Yes.
The request was for the use of a particular procurement method.
Yes.
I think that's what Ma is referring to.
Okay.
Yes. So, not about the control, etc., but it's for the use of the method.
No. Let me clarify. I stand to be corrected.
Okay.
I'm appreciating the concepts.
Okay.
But my own is that if a PO applies for a particular method, you have to look at the justification as to why. Also, the justification. If you grant method, the justification of you granting the method is to allow the PO to go ahead and do the transaction they are asking for. If, for instance, the transactions that they be allowed to engage in, if it is a wrong transaction, it is not correct, would you still go ahead and grant, you understand, approval?
No, ma.
All right. Council, you may proceed.
Yes, exactly, because the application to use a particular method generally will depend on the requirements for the particular method have been met. Is that not correct?
Exactly, Council.
Yeah. So, in this case, is it correct to say there were no sufficient reasons for the use of RC?
Yeah, from what we have just discovered here.
Okay, now it was approved. The method was approved.
Yes, Council.
What is who approves these applications generally at your level?
The Director General.
But is that role being assigned to any of the directors?
At director's level, once the files are treated for officer, it comes to the director's level for review, and finally to the board. In particular instances for approval, given approval, Director General.
But we see most of the times these approvals are being signed by other officers, Director General.
Yes.
Is it the case that it's only a matter of practice, but then approvals are being granted without the knowledge of the director?
Without the knowledge of the Director
Yes.
General?
Does that exist?
Not to my knowledge,
Because
most of these things, they are sent to the Director General, so he decides finally.
Because most of
Sorry, let me just. Is there evidence to show modus operandi? Like, is there any format or something in place in your office that when a file goes, after the Director General have perused the file, he will indicate that he has given approval on this request? That?
Yes, ma'am.
So for every file transaction, that is what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, you can proceed.
Do you share the same view? Is that the practice?
Yes.
You seem to be not sure what the practice actually in the office. Is it all transactions are being approved by general, or there are some transactions that generally do follow the process in the name of the DG?
Actually, as per our service rules,
no, forget the rules. The actual practice. The actual practice. All
must have passed through the Director General.
no, not passed through. Are they being approved?
Yes.
If they have been approved by the Director General, then why is he not signing?
Whoever signs on behalf of the Director.
Which means that you only sign, you only are giving you only act on someone when they are not present. Is that not the case?
This is how we do it at GPP. Anyway.
No, is that not the case? When you sign for someone, when you sign from Satambura, the association or the implication is that probably he is not. That's why you will sign for him.
He is not present, but when arranged, he assumes responsibility.
No, assuming responsibility is different. I'm not saying you are absolving the Director General from all this. I'm not saying he did not sign any of this document. I am saying that the procedure you have at GPP is so much relaxed, so much we see in all the files, so much so that all it is business as usual. All applications are being signed, approval are being signed either by Mr. Armes or someone else, and there are no indication that they are approved. An individual is being given authority on behalf of someone.
Okay. Council, let me just expand here. The Commissioner will appreciate because that's the question. In practice, whether the Director General is present, he instructs that we sign on his behalf. So this letter signed are signed on behalf of the Director General, and when he is present, for example.
Yes.
And when he travels, normally he hands over to one of the directors. But apart from that, all the letters.
Well, let us give, we don't know whether it's NAWEC. Let us find out and give them 2 minutes before we rise. Mr. Mbalo, can you please check?
Yeah. They understand.
Looking for the perfect place to promote your product or place your advert? Look no further than QTV. We are the premier destination for businesses looking to connect with Gambian audiences and beyond. At QTV, we offer a variety of advertising solutions to suit your needs and budget. With our diverse range of programming, you can be sure that your ad will reach a broad and engaged audience. From our popular news broadcast to our exciting music and entertainment programming, QTV